So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, we're on the way. Now then, this man really is a legend, perhaps the legend, a revolutionary, the father of a philosophy. He is, of course, Jim, Johan Cruyff.
We'd have no total football without him, Peter. No tiki-taka either.
One of the best of all time. Some say the best, and certainly one of the most influential.
Without a doubt, pure class.
He won't be happy with that one. De Rossi cuts it out. Rummenigge is onto it in a flash. Now it's Romario. Looking for options for movement. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Seychelles clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Always onto this. Picked out and Romario! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Wonderful play, though. The way the players moved the ball, how they created that opportunity as a team.
Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And here's Neymar. Pirlo. Beckham. Pirlo. That ball looks a good one. Cruyff! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Seychelles really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Seychelles with the corner, they're first. And this is Hazard. And now they can spring out of defence.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Kong and Hanoi are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Messi, very much a man of this moment. And it's Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Neymar, oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Seychelles really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
De Rossi. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Messi. Tries to play it through. Gullit, chance! It's there! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And it's Cruyff. Rummenigge. Rice is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking for the run. Spread neatly. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And he's certainly onside here. Pirlo really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
And here's Gullit. 5 minutes till the break. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Seychelles clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Rummenigge might just make this. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Some first half thoughts?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Kong and Hanoi leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break.
And if you do have a chance today, please take some time out to give your support to our Better Stadium Fund. Substitution.
So off we go again. Kong and Hanoi currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Kong and Hanoi ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Neymar. Now it's Rice. Aims beyond the... There's the shot! And that's a good finish. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
Kong and Hanoi are doing very nicely, thank you.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Oh, easy pickings there. And it's Neymar. De Rossi can see things others simply cannot.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here. Kong and Hanoi are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Rummenigge being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Pirlo. Pass somewhat off target. De Rossi. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Maldini. Hazard. Beckham with the cross. It is a corner. Corner number 2 then. And now a sudden chance to counter. And this is Messi. Messi is having a shot! Yes! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Kong and Hanoi find a position of real strength now. He'll try from distance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. There will be a throw-in. Hazard. And it's Pirlo. And it's Hazard. No, again there's no way through. Rummenigge. Can he get it through?
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Beckham. Hazard. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Rice. Neymar. Pinches it off him. Now it's Eto'o. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Pirlo. That's an imaginative pass.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And it's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And that is a little undercooked. Neymar. Rice. Driving through the middle. Tries a shot! It's a goal! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
And that means just one, and that's it. My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.
We are glad to inform you that
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So off we go then.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Schneider, and here's Ibrahimovic. Oh, important interception.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Pullet tries to play it through. He is through here. Oh, that's nice. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Rice tries a shot! We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said. As holding midfielders go, he is one of the very best. Nothing phases him.
He won't be happy with that one. Pullet. Now it's Neymar. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Nice physical challenge.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Great chance! Goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
The first breakthrough.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And it's Schneider. Messi, very much a man of this moment. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Hazard. And they win it back again. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between... Cristiano Ronaldo! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Has a look and plays it forward. Hazard.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Messi. Neymar. And he's in. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And that's a tidy finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
And that's really well manoeuvred. Pass somewhat off target. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Messi. And it's Neymar. Seedorf. That is good strength. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And here's Ibrahimovic. And that is a little undercooked. Rijkaard. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Silvestre. Spread it left. And this is Cruyff. And a chance! And yes, it's there! Hazard duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Madrid cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Hakimi is a player who's always giving defenders headaches.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Messi, he's shifting through the gears here. Rijkaard. And for the first half, that is that. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half, neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Kong and Hanoi leading, but only just 2-1 the scoreline. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Now it's Hullet. Not the most accurate pass. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And this is Ronaldo. Hazard, the magician-in-chief, his feet twinkling. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And this is Ronaldo. That's travelling a long way. Seedorf gets a foot in and wins the ball. Now it's Hazard. That is lovely. Messi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Schneider. And Hakimi. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now that looks a decent ball. He's had it taken off him. He's got Rice! Oh, the ball's come loose here. And he's heaved it away. And here's Messi. Played back into the centre. And this is... It's Cristiano Ronaldo! That was superb goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Kong and Hanoi with the corner, they're first. And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Can he get on the end of this? That looks a cracking ball. Shot a goal! And a neat finish! They have come roaring back!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Threads one in. Kong and Hanoi perhaps contemplating their next change here. Aimed beyond the defence. Seedorf is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Messi. And it's Neymar. And here's Neymar. Messi. Neymar! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Kong and Hanoi have their second corner now.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 7, Schneider. El dorsal 4, el dorsal 5. Serán sustituidos por
Rice
el dorsal
plays it
8,
short.
el dorsal
That's a good
19,
foot in there.
Pirlo. El dorsal 24.
So, third corner of the game. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Gullit, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Rice. Now it's Gullit, and he's been shifted off it. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He might be in here! Rummenigge! Lofted upfield.
Kong and Hanoi clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game. That's a shame, because it was such a good decision.
And Cruyff! Cruyff! That is beyond words! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And the comeback is complete! And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
I just thought that was going to hit the outside of the post for a moment there, but it just curled enough to catch the inside for a very good strike.
Big chance! Off the post! And there's a goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to...
Stojkovic! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Rice. Now it's Hunnit. Spread to the right. Madrid needed that. They really needed it.
Habrá
Well,
5
I
minutos
thought
de
they got
descuento.
off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Varane promptly onto that, and that is that. Neymar just eases him off the ball. 5 minutes to add. De Rossi. Harrison kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And here's Stojkovic. And that is that. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim? The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides
Hello,
get ready to lock
everybody, and
horns.
welcome to
This is
today's
football
match.
at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And that gets things running.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, fabulous reader of the game.
And pretty much got it all.
Pullet does well to get it back. Messi. This is a promising build-up. Rice. Can he get it through? He's having a shot! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Baggio stood his ground strongly. And it's Messi. This looks promising. Oh, he's had a chance! He's a sharp little ball here. It's a goal kick. Pullet. Couple of decent early chances. It bodes well for an exciting game. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, screamer! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. The first significant strike. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
So, a breakthrough already. Opts for safety. Maldini has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. And a header! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
And they've got a throw. Messi. And they're quick to get it back. Saliba is very much of the none-shall-pass school of defending. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. That's been cut out, well played. De Rossi, Messi. And it's been played through. Pullet, he's through on goal here. Gets his head on it! Firm header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Thuram. Seedorf. And the pass is intercepted. De Rossi can so cleverly bypass the press. And it's Neymar. And the shot! And there's a goal! And this is getting better and better. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Kongan Hanoi
Are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So that's 2 now without reply.
There's a certain...
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
Rice is standing over this one. An opportunity then to pull clear here. Look at this. Tries a shot! Yes! Again in a trice, and they are soaring! 3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Neymar unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Kong and Hanoi have scored 2 quick goals here. Nesta. Kong and Hanoi looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Cristiano Ronaldo. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And here's Hullet. Now it's Messi. Messi cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Cruyff. Seedorf. And here's Baggio. And he stands tall, impenetrable. The Rossi defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very... And Messi! It's bounced back off the post.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Messi. Hullet, tantalisingly brilliant, at times unstoppable. Now, can they get him away? Messi. Seedorf. He shifted it to the flank. He's picked his way through. That's a sharp pass. And we've reached half-time. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Kong and Hanoi marching seemingly on towards victory. 3-0 at the break. So let's get the ball rolling. Rice, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cruyff. Messi. Hullet.
This is the time you need that pace.
Good ball, good take. Messi. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi shapes to shoot, and he should have made it 4.
Messi clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
And it's Messi. Seedorf aims beyond the defence. Cannavaro gets across and deals with it. Neymar. Little doubt, that is a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned.
Substitutions taking place.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. De Rossi. Ajax appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's...
And he shoots! And he's heaved it away. And it's Rice. And here's Neymar. Gullit.
Well, it's still early in the second half, but this does look like a job already done.
Leicester kept his eye on it, and he's there. Neymar. Rice. Brilliantly cut out. Nedved. Rice being watched hawkishly here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up and shot a goal!
And he passes it long. Kong and Hanoi do have a chance to counter here. Nedved. Now it's Neymar. And it's Romario. Here's Nedved. Bout of passing here. Del Piero! And that's a sharp finish.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
Substitution on the field. Number 15.
Kong and Hanoi
Cristiano
can now
Ronaldo.
introduce the first of their
Coming on to replace
substitutes.
him is
And the break in play means they can now affect their change.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of, go make a nuisance of yourself.
So could they be onto something here? Oh, strongly challenged there. Kong and Hanoi are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should they need a rise. Rice charging forward, the ball at his feet. And here's Neymar. Messi. And here's Gullit. He's chosen to go back. Lovely, now then. And he's got away from it. He's had a shot! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Messi can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Kong and Hanoi with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Ajax are looking to go forward now. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And this is Neymar. He has a look up. Yaya Toure. Looking to play him in. And that is a little undercooked. Del Piero does really well to win the ball there. Messi. Rice. Rummenigge. Looking for options for movement. Now Saliba. Yaya Toure. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now that looks a decent ball. And it's Messi. Gullit. Can he finish? It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? And a shot! And he's really put himself on the line here. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. Corner number 2 then. And that has been cleared. And now a sudden chance to counter. Rummenigge. Lovely pass, but can he get there? De Rossi.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Threads one in. Now he's... And Messi! Oh, wonderful, wonderful Lionel Messi! He's got himself an absolute peach. It's all becoming so easy.
There will be 3 minutes.
He
added
has
time.
given that the lot. Bang! Romario! Outstanding save to keep that out. They've played it short. Thuram. Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. Rummenigge. And here's Romario. Oh, nice touch. Now is this the final assault? And it's Nedved. And that is that. Kong and Hanoi looking by any yardstick formidable. Truly enjoyable to watch and clearly so...